Here's what you need to know about what is NAT. This is an exam topic in Domain 1, Networking Concepts. By the end of this video, you'll understand the core concepts and exactly what to expect on the CompTIA Network Plus exam. Let's get into it. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. It allows multiple devices on a private network to share a single public IP address when accessing the Internet. A router or firewall performs the translation, keeping track of which internal device sent each request. Key concept: how NAT works. When a private device sends traffic to the Internet, the router replaces the private source IP with its own public IP. When the response arrives, the router forwards it back to the correct internal device. Key concept: NAT translation table. The router maintains a NAT table that maps each private IP and port to the public IP and port used. This table lets the router route return traffic to the right internal device. Key concept: static versus dynamic NAT. Static NAT maps one private IP to one fixed public IP, used for servers that must always be reachable. Dynamic NAT maps private IPs to a pool of public IPs on demand. Key concept: NAT extends IPv4 life. NAT allows thousands of devices to share a single public IP address. This conserves the limited IPv4 address space and is the main reason IPv4 has lasted as long as it has. Let's look at the full breakdown. Static NAT. One private IP, one public IP, permanent mapping, use internal servers needing fixed public IP. Dynamic NAT, private IP, pool of public IPs. Mapping assigned on demand, use outbound internet access. PAT or NAT Overload, many private IPs, one public IP, uses port numbers to distinguish sessions, use home routers, most enterprise NAT. Here's a real-world example. Your home has 10 devices, phones, laptops, smart TVs, all connected to Wi-Fi. Your ISP gives your router just one public IP address. When each device browses the web, NAT on the router translates every request to that one public IP and tracks port numbers so responses go back to the right device. Quick recap before you go. 1. NAT translates private IP addresses to a public IP for Internet access. 2. The router maintains a NAT table to track all active sessions. 3. Static NAT, one-to-one mapping, used for servers with fixed public IPs. 4. Dynamic NAT, maps private IPs to a pool of available public IPs. 5. PAT, NAT Overload, lets many devices share one public IP using port numbers. That's what is NAT covered. Exam tip: know the 3 NAT types: static, one-to-one fixed, dynamic, one-to-pool, and PAT Overload, many-to-one using ports. PAT is what your home router uses and is the most tested on the exam. Next up, what is PAT? If this helped, hit subscribe. New topics drop every week.